Today and across the fence, summer is over, our gardens have been harvested, and the fairs and field days are behind us, but not forgotten. A sure sign of fall, apple cider and donuts. Don't they look good? Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. To start our show today, we have two top winners from the Champlain Valley Fair who competed right along with the adults. And that's the first time in the history of the fair that teenagers took home the top prize. This is Shelby Hawkins, 12 years old, from Swanton, winner of Show 2, and 12-year-old Elliot Montrell is here from Burlington. He's the winner of Show 1. And congratulations to both of you. Now, Shelby, we'll begin with you. What were you feeling when you found out that you won?
Well, it was a little bit surprising that I won, and it was hard to like decorate everything. It was just too much. Not too much, but like
it was a challenge.
Hard. Yeah.
Well, tell me about your recipe.
My recipe is a wet cupcake recipe with chocolate frosting. And the cupcake recipe, they have like a regular cupcake, sugar, flour, vanilla.
Well, let's take a look at this, though. This is the best part about this. Beautiful frosting.
Yeah.
And how did you do that?
I piped it through a star paper.
Is that hard to do?
A little bit. It's hard because if people start turning it, it's a little hard. So.
Well, you did a beautiful job, obviously. Congratulations. And tell me about your winning recipe.
Well, it's a pumpkin molasses walnut muffin. It has in it pumpkin pie spicing, walnuts obviously, and lots of dark brown sugar.
Now, you have a history of baking at the fair.
Yeah, this was actually my 4th year baking at the fair.
Really?
Yeah, I've run over 10 blue ribbons.
Oh. That's amazing. And is this something that you think you want to do when you grow up?
In the future, I do not see myself being a baker, though I do love it. I hopefully will be an inventor to invent products that will help you bake, like gadgets and stuff.
Really? Well, remember this young man. You met him here first. Once again, I want to thank you both for coming in, and our congratulations to a job very well done. And at the end of the show, of course, I'll let you know how you can get these recipes along with the other ones that you'll see today. Once again, we want to thank you both for coming in. Now we've got some additional fair winners to tell you about. This is the Youth Brownie Competition. Coming in third was Amelia Byers from Essex. Grace Tolles from New Haven was second, and the first place winner with her blue ribbon and broad smile is Callie Brignall from Essex Junction. Callie made gluten-free peanut butter brownies. Her recipe will also be included in our collection. Now it's time to announce the cookbook winners from last month's drawing. Our congratulations go to Barbara LaSalle from Montpelier and Marilyn Bennett from Waterville. We trust they'll enjoy their new cookbooks and that they'll find some new recipe ideas as well. And last but certainly not least, our own Lynn Jarvis did very well at the fair. Lynn won 6 ribbons, including a couple of yellows, a red, 2 blues. He's pictured here with culinary supervisors Lisa Rock and Donna Barkham. And that's not only an impressive array of ribbons, but also look at that food. Amazing. Congratulations to you, Lynn. You're busy.
I was busy, Judy. I entered those 6 different categories, and I judged the first competition that Elliot won, and I hope the viewers will try those pumpkin muffins. They're delicious. And in the brownies, Callie, that peanut swirl brownie was gluten-free and delicious. So those recipes will both be in our handout.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I'll let you get to it then. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We had many nice comments from you viewers about our Apple show last month. We read everyone and appreciate your taking the time to do that. Keep them coming. It keeps us cooking here for you on Across the Fence. I want to do a special shout out to Erilyn Rennie up in Ormston, Quebec. She's one of our loyal viewers, and she and her husband watch us each and every day. We really appreciate that. Well, we did a lot of good things on our Apple show, and you people responded. And that got me to thinking maybe I should enter one of my apple recipes in the Champlain Valley Fair last month. And I'm glad I did, because I got this blue ribbon, and this is my maple apple cobbler. And it's very easy to make. The first thing you do is take your maple syrup, put some vanilla and water in it, and then set it on the stove and let it start to thicken. Then you put the apples in the bottom of the pan. Over that you put your batter that you see that has risen up right here. And then finally, when that's done, the syrup should be ready, and you pour it over the whole thing and cook it, and you have this really delicious maple apple cobbler. And I want to take this a minute to thank the Hackett's up in South Hero. They supplied me with all the apples that I use for my recipes, and they always give me the perfect ones every time. So thank you very much. And served with whipped cream or ice cream, this is just the most wonderful taste of Vermont, and I hope you'll give this a try. Now I'm going to move on next to a recipe that also got a blue ribbon at the fair in the 5-ingredient or less category, and it got rave reviews. It's right here. It's called Spaghetti Ameritriciana, and it was submitted by Christine Payne, and she lives in Colchester. And the 5 ingredients are bacon, onion, tomato, balsamic vinegar, and your spaghetti. Now, while the spaghetti is cooking, you make your sauce, and that's those other 4 ingredients. And let me pour it over. Your bacon, your onion, your balsamic vinegar, and this is just delicious. Put a little Parmesan cheese on top, and you're in for a treat. Now, what better could you have? This is delicious, easy to make, and a blue ribbon winner at the Champlain Valley Fair. And we want to congratulate Christine on that. And I entered my apricot cobbler in this category and got the 3rd prize. While I was at the fair, I met up with Helen Davis, and I'm going to pass this off. She's a longtime viewer from over in Duxbury. And she said she has a recipe that would be perfect for a harvest theme. And I said, let's hear it. And she told me about her mac and cheese with veggies. And here it is. Just look at this. Along with your mac and cheese, you have carrots in here, onions, summer squash, and zucchini, and of course your bacon that you spread over the top. So with cooler weather coming, this will be the perfect recipe for those cool fall days that are ahead. It's a real comfort food. And I was up at the town clerk's office the other day paying my taxes, and Sharon Roy, our town clerk, told me about one of her favorite crock pot recipes. We talk a lot about recipes up there, so I think most of South Hero knows about this, but this is her pineapple chicken in a crock pot, slow cooker. Just delicious. You have spices in here. You have your chicken, mushrooms, brown sugar, pineapple, and orange zest. And when you cook this, you smell the citrus flavor of the orange and pineapple. You'll think you're in Hawaii, and you'll really, really enjoy this. Wonderful for the cool winter days coming up. And my last recipe comes from Prince Edward Island at a place called Cafe on the Clyde. And this is the recipe from the owner, Bruce McNaughton, saying I could use it. And it's his, right here, his potato pie with a maple bacon sauce. Along with spices, there's just 3 ingredients. There's potato, cheese, and the bacon. You leave the bacon over so you can fold it. But what makes this so perfect is the sauce. And this is made with mayo, sour cream, maple syrup, and bacon bits. And if you don't think this is good, you'll know why when you try, and you'll know why it's such a favorite up at the Cafe on the Clyde in PEI. And Deb, I know you're busy up at the orchard this time of year. Hello. So I'll let you take it away.
Well, thank you. And everything just looks so wonderful. I'm getting hungry.
Well, we all are.
So my first recipe to share is a fresh apple salsa. It features diced apples, tomatoes, peppers, onions. It's a great way to use up your late season harvest of your tomatoes and peppers. I like to use Cortland apples in this because they remain white after cutting. Next, for a fall day, I think of a warm, hearty soup. And this apple pumpkin soup just fits the bill. It's full of grated apples, pureed pumpkin, brown sugar, all sorts of spices. And the best part is you can make it the day ahead, and then before heating, you just stir in some cider and some cream, and it's thick and hearty. And I always have to have bread when I have soup, and this is an apple cheddar bread. I used grated tart apples with a really sharp cheddar cheese, a little bit of thyme, and it's a perfect bread. Toasted, this would round out your meal. Just the thing you need after you're raking leaves. And Carolyn.
Oh my goodness.
I think you've got some great recipes to share.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not sure I've got everything together yet. Oh my goodness. Well, I have been busy.
And you've been busy.
Yes, yes. Got back from vacation and had to hurry and do all of this. So, but I think it's worth it.
And it looks wonderful.
So I will begin here. And I've also got, in a minute you'll have to wait for me to get my good old crock pot. But I'm going to start with with blueberry breakfast rolls. And these are so easy to make. You just start with a container of the cinnamon, pop open biscuits in the refrigerated section. You put those into your muffin pan, squish them down a little and have them come up the sides, and then you just have a mixture of thawed blueberries, some blueberry preserves, and some lemon peel. You mix that all together, put it into the little hollow that you've made, and then you put the nuts on top and you bake it, and then you sprinkle, drizzle some of the sugar frosting on top, and you're all set. It's a great way to start out and very easy to make. Just serve them nice and warm and go for it. Now my next one is our viewer recipe, and it's from Mr. Jesse Pastor from Hyde Park, and he sent in a French toast breakfast. And apparently some of you folks are looking for good brunch ideas, and this would be a perfect one along with those breakfast rolls that I had. And you have some brown sugar and melted butter, you put that, and some cinnamon, and you put that in the bottom of your pan. Add some apples and some craisins, and then you make up, and you put some Italian bread on top. Then you mix up eggs, milk, and almond extract, pour that over it, and put it in the refrigerator overnight. The next morning you get up, you put it in the pan, and bake it for about 45 minutes, and you're all set to go, and you've got this fantastic, oops, let me get the right bowl here, kind of a toasty, appley, cinnamony, and I really like craisins, so I put a good number of craisins onto it. And you might want to serve it with some whipped cream, or I left my maple syrup over there. You could pour maple syrup over it and have a really nice breakfast, kind of a French toast sort of thing. I am going to, just in the interest of time here, I'm going to go to my dessert one, and this one is kind of different. It is a sweet potato sheet cake with bacon and cream cheese frosting. And this, you start out with just a yellow cake mix. You mix sweet potatoes in with it, and then your usual milk and eggs and everything, and some apple pie spice. And once that's baked, then you use some cream cheese and butter and powdered sugar and various things like that, and frost your cake with it once it's cooled. And Marco tried some of this when I first got up here, and he said, "Oh, that's good. I don't normally like sweet potatoes, but it's really good." So I guess that's as much of a thing as we're going to get from him on that. So, and last but not least, I have my trusty crock pot. It's that time of year especially, and this is a meatball stew, and it has potatoes and carrots and onions. Where's my little dish and my scooper? And then on top you put some meatballs. The juice is a ketchup and what is it? Beef broth, or you could use water. And then just lots and lots of nice yummy vegetables, and you pile everything in there and just serve that up with maybe some biscuits or something like that, and you're all set. So
everything is terrific.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, this really intrigues me too.
Yes.
I want to try that.
Yeah, I want to try some of that and see what that's like.
Excellent. Well, no, you're probably all wondering how to get the recipes. There are a couple of ways. You can first option is to get them online from the Across the Fence website. Go to uvm.edu/extension and click on the link to Across the Fence. You'll find the recipes on the left-hand side of the web page. To get the recipes by mail, send $2 in a stamped self-addressed business business size envelope to Harvest Recipes, Box 188, South Hero, Vermont 05486. And please remember to include $2 and a stamped, self-addressed business size envelope. You can make your check payable to Lynn Jarvis. We'll have that information on the screen while I tell you that our next In the Kitchen segment comes your way on November 7th. Our theme is going to be one that I'm looking forward to, a comfort food. Well, we hope you all enjoyed the show today. We want to try some of these recipes, especially the prize winners from our young chefs. For Shelby, Elliot, Lynn, Deb, and Carolyn, and myself, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time on Across the Fence.
For a video copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-ATF-3430. Across the Fence is brought to you as a public service by University of Vermont Extension and WCAX-TV.